They want you slow, polite, predictable, feeding your dopamine to a screen and calling that a life. You think you're tired. You think your lack of motivation means you're broken, that your brain just doesn't work like other people's. But what if I told you that fatigue, that fog, that forgettable mediocrity you've been calling your personality? It's not you. It's a program. They built it into your mental firmware to keep you safe, compliant, average. Because an average mind is easy to sell to, easy to distract, easy to defeat. But you're not here to blend in. You're here to overclock, to become so mentally dangerous that every excuse dies in your presence. Let's begin. Part 1. Fatigue is a lie. They told you the brain gets tired, that it runs out of energy like a battery. Wrong. Mental fatigue isn't real. What you're experiencing is your brain's fear of your power. It senses you stepping toward something bold, something hard, something real. And it panics. So it floods your system with distractions, sudden hunger, the need to check your phone, that little voice whispering. Maybe you're just not cut out for this. But it's not real. It's a hallucination, a self-imposed leash, meant to conserve energy for survival. But guess what? You're not fighting saber-toothed tigers anymore. You're fighting comfort. And comfort is the most vicious predator of all. So here's the truth. Fatigue is not your limit. It's your initiation. A test. And the second you stop interpreting it as stop and start using it as fuel, that's when your transformation begins. Part 2. Your environment is killing your power. You think the enemy is inside you, that you're lazy, unfocused, that if you could just try harder, everything would change. But let me tell you something savage. It's not you, it's your environment. Every ding, every ping, every scroll, every swipe, each one is a scalpel, carving away your attention span, like rot. You can't overclock a processor drowning in malware. Your brain isn't broken, it's just overloaded. If you want to enter a higher cognitive plane, you must declare war on friction. That means kill the tabs, silence the notifications, remove every exit door your mind could use to escape the battlefield. You are not connected. You are enslaved by distraction. And the second you start eliminating these parasites, you'll feel it. That first pulse of clarity you thought was gone, that sharpness that makes geniuses look like sleepwalkers. Clean the battlefield. Then light the match. Part 3. Dark flow, unleashing the second mind. Inside you is a second mind. It doesn't care about comfort. It doesn't fear failure. It doesn't ask permission. It is surgical, savage, and silent. But it only wakes up when you force your way through the wall of resistance. The trick? You don't tiptoe in. You break in, like a thief, at war with your own mediocrity. The formula is simple, but brutal. 1. Pick one mission. No multitasking. 2. Begin with the hardest part. No warm-ups. 3. Lock every exit. Phone off. Tabs closed. 4. Trigger a ritual. Same music, same scent, same light. 5. Sprint through the first 30 minutes of hell. No hesitation. Do this, and the shift will come. Not gradually. Violently. Feel the mind sharpen. Time stretch. Words flow. Ideas collide like lightning inside your skull. This is dark flow. The state every genius lives in. Not because they're born different, but because they learned to stay there longer. Part 4. Overclocking is a cycle, not a constant. Listen closely. Even nuclear engines melt down. And the mind, when pushed past its limits without strategy, will shatter. This is where most high performers fail. They taste flow, They get drunk on it, and they try to live there 24/7. But overclocking isn't permanent. It's a weapon you deploy in cycles. Here's the pattern of high mind killers. Cycle 1, ruthless surge. 3 to 6 weeks of brutal, structured intensity. Cycle 2, strategic deceleration. 1 to 2 weeks of active recovery. Silence, solitude, deep reflection. Cycle 3, reinforced return. Stronger, clearer, sharper, no guilt, no burnout. Just pure controlled violence in waves. Because real power isn't constant. It's cyclical and intentional. Overclock, recover, overclock harder. It's the code. Part 5. Outworking the gifted. A mental blueprint. You don't beat the gifted by being smarter. You beat them by being impossible to outlast. Most of the so-called talented ones, they've been praised so much, they stopped building grit. They crumble when it gets uncomfortable. But you've been doubted, underestimated, dismissed, perfect. Because that means you've been building something they never had. Mental endurance. You don't win by bursts. You win by being the one still swinging when everyone else has already quit. The one who leans into the boredom. The one who trains the mind like a predator, calculated, cold, disciplined. That's how you outwork the gifted. Not with IQ, but with psychological warfare. Conclusion. Become the threat. Let me leave you with this. You were never meant to be soft. You were never meant to be normal. That deep hunger you feel? It's not a flaw. It's a signal. A reminder of who you were before they programmed it out of you. So stop apologizing for your intensity. Stop shrinking to fit into fragile conversations. Stop letting fatigue, comfort, and chaos run your empire. You are a weapon. Overclocked, untamed, unapologetic. And when they ask what happened to you, why you move different, why you no longer tolerate their mediocrity, just tell them, I stopped negotiating with my brain, and I started building something the world has never seen before. If this hit you somewhere deep, somewhere you've been pretending doesn't exist, then you already know what to do. Like the damn video. Subscribe if you're done playing small, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next drop of venom-laced wisdom. This is Dark Honey, where the weak get stung and the dangerous come home. Welcome to the hive. Now go sharpen that mind and let the world wonder what the hell happened to you.